All right, I am glad you stopped by because I got to show you about these solar panels. At one point, I was getting 193 watts out of 200 watts of solar panels. That is super efficient. Let me show you these. These panels are from Hitch Solar. I've had them over 4 years. The back two, that's 200 watt panels, that's one system. And then the front two, that's two 100 watt panels, that's another system. I've got them wired in series. And the reason I did that is because I got multiple power stations that charge at different voltages. Let me show you something else that's going on here. I've got a loose brake caliper. So you can get to it just by turning the wheels, but I got to pick up a 22 millimeter socket. I've already snugged them up with a wrench, but right back here you can feel them. And I couldn't move it any. It was tight as it would be, but you can grab the caliper and you can move it a little bit. I've heard something clanking lately, and that's what I've identified as the problem. It might be these little spring clips in the brake pads, but I'm going to stop and pick up a 22 millimeter socket. I've already got the ratchet. There's the world's longest picnic table. This is made for large families. So I've been tinkering today. That's one of my portable solar panels. I had it out charging up one of my small power stations. Charged it up in no time. But back to the reason I wired my panels up the way I did is because I got one power station that charges from 24 volts to 50 volts, and then another that charges from 12 to 60 volts, and then another that charges from 12 to 50 volts. So that's why. So I had some neighbors down here last night. It was a ProMaster. And then over here, I had a minivan, but they were gone this morning. Oh, and I guess I should explain, when you wire your panels in series, you double the voltage. I'm running the Starlink all the time here. I cut it off at night when I go to bed because there's no cell signal here, so I'm dependent on Starlink. And with my DC adapter for my Starlink, it's using about 10 watts less than with the AC. So I'm guessing about 40 watts consistently. Let's see what's in here. Be a good spot for a squirrel nest. Looks like they've been in there. But I need to stop somewhere and get a 22 millimeter socket. I'm going to try that before I take it to a shop. But I know it's the brakes because when I tap the brakes or press down the brake pedal, the rattle stops. It's only when I'm on a bumpy road, and when I let off the brake, it starts again. So it's either the spring clip in the brake pad, or I just need to torque those calipers down. I like this place. All these alligator junipers, a lot of hills. The weather's great here. I think it'll be about a high of 80 today. Then tomorrow it'll be cloudy and cooler. This was a great find. Look at all those rocks and boulders. I keep peeking up that way, thinking I'm going to see a bear or a mountain lion or something, but I haven't seen anything. Here's a better view of the panels. I'm standing on the picnic table. It would be good if I could find some really narrow panels to put right down the middle. That's about 14 inches wide. Maybe I could find 2 more and I could cover the whole roof. But I'm staying charged up the way it is. You know, I've only used my DC charger twice. And that was just to test it out, really. I haven't done it because I needed to. But I'm glad I got it, because if I go to a place where it's cloudy for a week, I'm definitely going to need it. So I'll stay here another 2 or 3 days. The weather's great. I got supplies. I got food and water. Why leave? And then I'll make my way into a town that's got a tool store. Or sometimes you can find sockets at pawn shops. I hate to buy a whole set when I only need the one. The 22, and I might as well pick up an 18 also. But other than that, it's a pretty chill day around here. Took a walk this morning around the loop. I'll take another this evening. You know, it's a shame I don't have the tool I need, or I could remedy this problem right here while I'm parked here. But that's the way it goes. Well, let's keep this one short and sweet. Take care, be well, and smash the bell.